Stephen Bowman, the two players who have dropped out of the 22 for Central District. And it's Hodson against O'Neill, and Hodson won it clearly. Only as far as Clohesi. Goes straight back to Hodson. He had to sit under it for a bit. Nicolaitis, Dillon with a high one. Pillmore, Thomas and Hannah over the back. Pillmore going to get a free kick against Jamie Thomas. Ian Hannah made a great attempt then to mark. So Barry Pillmore from half forward. He's got Bruce Lindsay on a lead, but he's going to go to Warden right in the goals.
And it's off hands. Free kick in the back to Peter Bubner. To get his first kick for the game. Playing at full back, turning to the central side. Good athlete. His kick's strong. It's accurate. Goes straight through the hands of Collins. Torrens working hard for it. Can't no one get away. Finally Hodgson receives. Kicks it quickly forward. The mark taken at half back by Jamie Thomas.
To Vivian. Vivian's got Norsworthy running. Left foot. Daryl Hart playing as a follower today. He's been getting a lot of kicks as a rover, but Platten back in the side. Norsworthy. Hodson's after him. Boundary umpire and Norsworthy both fall over. Then Norsworthy and Hodson get involved. Collier gets rid of Norsworthy. Umpire Kinnear says that Norsworthy's going to get a free kick.
Yes, it was an in-the-back decision. And he kicks it forward. Just touched before it went over the boundary line. So out of bounds to forward pocket. Jeff Robertson not able to complete the mark. Must have taken his eye off the ball because it was right on his body. Bythean in the front spot. Hodson from behind. Off hands in right high in the air. Morell in front. Coming across the front for West Torrens was Nicolaitis. Vivian now for Centrals. Kick well backed up by Connolly. Kick wasn't good. Connolly wide, back to where she started a moment ago. Collins takes the mark.
Central not very direct just at the moment. Crisscrossing the ground. Platten gives him a lead. Collins goes towards Wilson. Robertson and Bythean. Hart. Collier. Simons. Well done, Van Dommel. Now Van Dommel's a fair way out. Smothered by Collier. Getting back on it, Robertson and also Hodson. Connolly tries to barge his way through. He's going to get a free kick against Simons. Connolly's got a chance to score for Central District.
It's about 35 metres from goal. He's already saved from them once when he came around that half-forward line a moment ago to cover an error kick. Now he's got an opportunity to score the goal. Very promising young player. Big future ahead of him. Getting an opportunity this year up forward for Centrals. He just sneaks it inside the left-hand goal post. And the first score to Centrals, first score for the game. There, one goal, Torrens yet to score.
Stephen Connolly getting the first after getting a free kick. Van Dommel's kick had been smothered earlier on. Connolly got the chance. Simons quickly got back. He was the player, in fact, who had smothered the ball off the boot from Van Dommel. But he gave away the free kick. Connolly's got a strong body and he kicked well from the pocket, and Central District lead by 6 points.
So big Michael O'Neill taps it away out towards the wing. Comes up in the air. Now Central's going forward. Down, Dillon gets it to Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch to full forward. Bubner in front. Recovers as it comes off hands. Just short. Bird. High in the air. Well done, Renee Van Dommel.
Good mark, that one. Nicolaitis against him. Van Dommel, who's played most of his football as a follower, now in the centre. Peter Krieg, of course, out at the moment. Oh, gee, caught one there from Nicolaitis and he nearly knocked him down. Vivian, he's just about out to it, Van Dommel.
I think he knocked the wind out of him, Bruce.
Quazzoli. Lindsay will get a free kick against Bird in the centre. Bruce Lindsay returned to some form last week. And then goes to full forward. He's a lovely kick. Warden and Bubner. Dillon in the front spot. Warden after it. Went through Dillon's legs. Thomas, Carter. Pryor's with him. Well done, Pryor. Only as far as Quazzoli on the centre wing.
So David Quazzoli kicks it into the space. No one able to judge it at all. Trigg picks it up. O'Neill gets the off hands. Trigg running on again to receive. tapping it on.
Jamie Thomas with a run of it. Consolidating gets into his back. Now Trigg. Trigg's left-hand handball to Hart. To Norsworthy. To Bird. Bird to Wilson, and he's got it.
That's a good movement on the centre wing. They gave it on quickly. Wilson decides to play on Bytheen. Connolly's put down. Collins, I'm sorry. Now Connolly. Off hands and through for a rush behind two Central Districts. That's a beautiful movement to play up that outer side. Collins getting in the pocket and flew out of his hands, and Connolly backing up. They can only score the minor.
Kellett to Collier. Now Schimmelbusch is running for him. Collier's being held up for the moment. Drop punt. Morell's got to go against Vivian. Morell much taller and loves to run around on that left foot. Lindsay gets the free kick. No, going to Carter. Not paid the free kick. Same result for Torrens. Carter to Dillon. Dillon, left foot, of course, was always going to be in trouble once he took that ball. And Trigg rebounds and goes long towards Connolly.
Connolly can't quite get it. Johansson for West Torrens. Down to the half-forward line. Ian Hanna. Well-placed kick. Straight onto his right leg, which is not his natural foot. A free kick in the centre half-back position to Darryl Hart. Knows how to drop back into that spot. He picks himself up a few kicks. To Michael O'Neill. Hodgson from behind, fists it away. Platten now with an opportunity to get a touch. That's well done too as he gives it to Robertson. Robertson stops instead of running on. Dillon tapping it out. Consolidating in towards the half-forward line. Ball still running on as Hart gets another opportunity. And he's tackled whilst not in possession by Barry Poolmore, and he'll take a free kick.
Darryl Hart from half-back. William Hearn is playing on a half-back flank. He was named as a follower. There have been some changes with Bone dropping out with injury. Hart's kick didn't have a lot of penetration. Platten kicking the ball in danger. And David Quazzoli, who's already had 2 or 3 kicks, is about to get another. Centre wing. Into the square. Robson, Trigg and Hanna. Hearn at the back. Trigg was going to try and soccer off the ground. O'Neill to Collins. Collins to half forward. Robertson thumps it on. Simons did that well. Kellett. Carter. Quazzoli. Pillmore and Wilson. Oh, Wilbur did it well. Simons got back. He had too much pace for Collins. Simons' handball, not all that strong to Pillmore, but he's got the chance and he's going to go to Dillon in the centre, but it's a bad kick. Robertson's got it to Hart.
Hart. Norsworthy. Long lead. Kick not carrying much. It just goes forward. They're not kicking it very far, Connolly. Centrals are doing nothing with the ball, Bruce, in terms of the punch in the kick. It's got no drive. They're working so hard for so little result. But they're showing Torrens a clean pair of heels at the moment. They've played very well against Sturt last week, obviously. Oh, great kick, Stephen Connolly. I don't think anyone touched it. That ball carried a lot harder than everyone expected. And Stephen Connolly kicks the second goal. In fact, it's his second as well. Central Districts at 2-1. Torrens are yet to score.
It'll be very interesting to see on replay whether, in fact, Connolly made that mark. Norsworthy's kick was very short. Connolly dived. He might have just got it before it hit the ground. Much in that. Connolly's kick very strong. Bytheen did well, actually, at full forward. He just got rid of a couple with his big body, and it floated through for a goal.
Back at the centre. Dillon's off to have a rest as O'Neill punches it forward. Chris Kellett. It's a well-placed kick from centre half-back. William Hearn. Looks as though he's returned to half-back today, Bruce. Either that or he's changing back there on the Ruck Rovers. Player dropping a mark there for West Torrens. For Stephen Stretch. Morell. High in the air. The centre half forward. Hanna in front again. And he's marked the ball. Hearn caught a fraction behind.
Hanna goes wide. Warden's given him the lead. Bubner. Thomas and Warden. Warden did well not to fall over in the first place because Thomas hit him fairly with a hip and shoulder. He kept his feet. Finally went to ground as Hodgson's coming off for Hamill. West Torrens making a change. They're running their rucks off the interchange bench. Dillon must be injured, I think, or there must be some query, because I'm sure they're not running their followers from the interchange bench. Free kick, go to Warden in the pocket. He's kicked a lot of goals in the last 3 weeks.
He's a big man, 7'5" and 5. Robson. We saw that on the replay. If you're watching Channel 7 early this morning, you saw some highlights from last week when he flew up in the front of a pack. And he's done it again today. Dry ball. West Torrens with a chance, and we've dropped it badly onto the foot. Through for a behind. Mistimed the kick completely. So West Torrens are on the scoreboard. They're 1 point. Training Central Districts 2-1.
Michael O'Neill goes wide. Bubner. Consolidating. Stretch to centre half forward. Well, tricky one there for Trigg. He did well in the end. Robson's there. And it's going to be a ball up. So good contest at the moment. 2-1 to a point. 13-1. O'Neill and Hamill. Hannah comes in to help out. Got up very high. Nicolaitis. Pillmore. And once again a ball up. So not much happening just for the moment.
A lot of players around the ball. The whole area's moved in. Hamill puts his hand on a ball and Lindsay gets hit around the head and takes the free kick. He plays on quickly. Schimmelbusch, I can hear him from up here calling for it. He's dropped the mark though. Dives on the ground. Vivian goes over the top of him. Schimmelbusch in possession. Kicks it forward. Bubner can't take it. Coming across for Central, this is Clohessy. And then finally out of attack through Pryor. Very good kick. That's a much more direct kick up the ground too.
Connolly, Pozzoli, Johansson. Pace of the game's picked up a bit. Schimmelbusch, Morell. He's always got plenty of time, Robert Morell, and that's a pretty good leg to fall forward. Oh, Warden, that's a very good grab. All play on, the umpire says.
I think Bubner touched it.
Hannah has goaled, I think. No, just missed. It was looked good off the boot. Goal umpire making a lot of ground at the end, though. So that's a point to Hannah.
So I think that slid through Bubner's arms and his chest a little bit, Bruce, but Warden certainly took it. When it hit his hands, he grabbed it very strongly.
So West Torrens doing some attacking now. Central District had a lot of the ball early, but as Robert mentioned, they didn't get a lot of result from some of their possessions.
Peter Bubner with a screw punt to the edge of the square. In fact, he's reached into the square. Robert Morell, who's done very well early in this quarter. Tall man, 15-metre penalty. Michael O'Neill running across the line of the mark. Trying to chase Mick Hamill. Morell's bolted. He's in trouble now. Short kick. Robson coming out to contest. Good recovery. Tries to handball it back. Stephen Trigg.
Goes short to O'Neill. Just a little too far for him in the end. But the big fellow's got a bit of balance. Thomas runs for him. Then forced to kick quickly. Collier and Hart. Hart, Johansson. Bird came in powerfully, but Johansson stood his ground. Pozzoli getting a lot of touches. That one wasted. Platten's onto him. And might have been just a fraction lucky to get a free kick. So Pozzoli's going to go to Hamill on the centre wing. And the big fellow takes it easy.
And he's marked. Get the play on. The umpire calling play on too. Hamill high in the air, back towards the centre of the ground. Kim Dillon. No, not Stephen Stretch, would be more like Kim Dillon. Stretch high. Robson setting himself. Brings it to ground. Norsworthy gets it. Vivian. Round the corner. Stretch again. Good mark. Just having to think about whether he should kick it into the centre. Instead of that, he chooses to kick a very long screw punt. Off hands Carter, just tapping it out to Robson. Well done. Robson looking for Lindsay, but he wasn't able to control his leg. He's kicked it too far and out of bounds in the forward pocket for West Torrens.
They're trailing 2 points to 2-1. Warden and Bytheen. They'll contest it. Well, Warden got up very early and gave away a free kick. So Peter Bytheen, who looks like he's going to change with O'Neill at full forward. He's going to go wide to Bubner. Central District showing confidence in one another. Now Connolly's very long on the lead. Johansson's out there with him. Consolidating at the back. And Bird. Johansson just holds up his leg. Stretch fell over. Collins. Van Dommel. Norsworthy missed it, but had enough time. Playing very wide, Norsworthy with the ball. Collier. Pillmore to Collier. Thomas. Mistakes creeping in. Norsworthy. Hart. Hart goes to the pocket. Connolly on a lead. Getting back there was Enright. And also Johansson. And we're going to have a ball in. So from one end to the other, with a few mistakes being made, Central leading 2-1 to 2 points. Connolly's got both the goals so far in the game.
O'Neill in front. Hamill from behind. Hamill crashing it down to Connolly. Connolly playing on the defensive side. He goes to centre half forward. Wilbur from behind. Almost put some sticky fingers onto it. Collier. A free kick in the centre of the ground. We played to Nicolaitis. To the wing. Robson in front, making a lead. Morrell hitting it away. Norsworthy, nice prop. To half forward. He's taking the mark, Darryl Hart. Plays very tall for what would appear to be a fairly short fellow. And he's played on, kicking around his body too much, and through from behind. So it's 2-2 to 2 points. Central's leading.
Greg Flanagan's usually a beautiful kick. Let's see what he does. Off one leg almost in the end. He looks for Nicolaitis in the centre. Against him, Collins. Still with Collins. Stretch and Collins. Ooh, Stretch giving away a free kick to Collins. They both really went for a dive at the same time. Collins must have been a half a head in front and he got the free. Both players not good enough then to keep their balance. And the result is that Collins has the chance to put Central District 3 goals in front. Fair way out, but we haven't seen him really have a set shot before in league football. He's timed it well, but hooked it in the end. And in fact, he hasn't done a good job at all. He's kicked the ball out of bounds on the full. So a reprieve for Torrens.
They kicked the ball in for West Torrens. Greg Flanagan. A pretty long left-footing kick. It's down the member stand wing. Bytheen spoiling it forward. Recovers the ball himself. Dummies the head, gives it to Platten. He just slightly missed the body, but Platten's got the reflex. A little bit of English stuff in that one. Well done, John Platten. Reacted quickly to the bad handball, kicked a goal. Central's a 3-2, Torrens 2 points, and the Bulldogs are really barking.
Stretch coming off and Dylan coming back on. Well, that's John Platten's first goal for a lot of weeks in league football, and we've seen George Best in action this week at Hindmarsh Stadium, and George would have been pretty pleased with John on that occasion. Off the ground, and through it went, and the Dogs have got a break.
Mick Hamill, Peter Bytheen. Bytheen straight to Platten. Platten to half forward. He's found some space. Wilson gets the bounce. Can't take the ball. In fact, nobody's going to take the ball. She's just squatted out of the little pack like a slippery piece of soap as they're all sitting on the ground. The umpire will bounce it at centre half forward.
Hamill gets back there with O'Neill. Hamill won the tap to Dylan. Platten hasn't taken long to find his football legs around his body. Flanagan and Robertson. Dylan with a very good hip and shoulder. Still with Dylan. He's enjoyed a very good season. The McGarry medalist in the reserves competition last year. Hamill through his legs. Schimmelbusch. Free kick. You would have, to coin an old phrase, Ken Howard, who was famous for it in Sydney, the race caller bet London knew a brick that Schimmelbusch was going to fall over in that incident.
Schimmelbusch to centre half forward. It's about a 40-metre kick. Very good fly by Robson. Not paid as Hearn takes it off hands to Vivian. Vivian gets his full run in. In the front position, a very good mark at full-back to Greg Flanagan. Schimmelbusch making position to receive, doing it well. Into the centre of the ground.
Consolidating started well. Low-scoring game so far. Carter's on a lead. Carter in the front spot tries to get rid of the tackle. Of course, he's a former Bulldog. Vivian to Hart. Hart's had a lot of touches. Goes across to Bird, who's about to get his first kick today. O'Neill versus Flanagan. Enright, Wilson goal. Well done. Wilbur Wilson's kicked his first, and Robert Central will pinch the break here, 4-2 to 2 points.
Yes, they're obviously in very good form from last week. They followed on to that form. They've played against a team that's playing at a high rate of knots. West Torrens have had some very bad losses in the losses they've lost this year. The opposition team's kicking very high scores, and it's happened during the past few weeks, in fact, that they've had a couple of bad losses, one to Sturt in particular. I think Sturt ended up kicking 30 goals against them. But Wilson got in there so quickly then, fooled Robbie Enright completely.
Hamill against Bytheen. Hart. Platten and Enright. Well done, Robbie Enright. That's a splendid mark.
Pillmore's loose at centre-half back. Takes the mark and then plays on quickly to the centre. Hannah from the front. He's been in front all the time. Collins can't take it. Hearn banging it out. Giving Peter Collins the opportunity again. It's pressured into a little kick back across to the centre, where Kim Dillon marks the ball to centre-half forward. Schimmelbusch has got down there. Very good half volley. It's a good take by Schimmelbusch. Just couldn't get past the tackle, though.
Bytheen and Hamill. Bytheen puts his body in. Hamill over the top. Lindsay to Pillmore. Almost an airy by Pillmore, but he gets in after it again. He got a high tackle. Thomas. Hart. Smothered by Carter. Dillon. Goes back to Collier. Now Kellett. Dillon again. He's in trouble. He's out of trouble.
He should have given that handball in the first place.
Missed Lindsay's body and put him under great pressure. Kellett. Torrens are making some mistakes. Dillon. Johansson. Lindsay. Gee, they've worked hard for this to Collier.
That was better, though, when Lindsay got his hands on it finally, Bruce. He certainly got rid of it much more quickly.
Nicolaitis on a long lead in the pocket. Goes to Robson. That handball had some punch. Robson's gone. Pryor's got him. Off the ground by Collins. As far as Trigg, he got a very awkward one there, Trigg. Collins. Norsworthy. Still with Norsworthy. And it's going to be a ball in.
He's tight, all right. It's a very good tackling. A moment ago when Lee Robson missed the ball, or was I say, he missed getting clean possession, and he had to handball away. He certainly recovered quickly. It's a very tight game. Another bounce down. A lot of players around the ball. About 20 of them, in fact. Hannah. Consolidating. Hannah knocking it on. Hamill. Hart. Trigg. Into the space. Ball running on.
Kellett to Quazzoli to Johansson. Johansson to Hannah. Van Dommel tries to run him down. Robson got a very awkward one. Lindsay, he's in good touch, Lindsay.
Oh, really is.
Round his body, Bubner took the chance. Now Carter thumps it back, only as far as Pryor. This Central District defence, which has been very good all year, is standing up to it so far. Collins, Norsworthy, gave it away first, up to Bird. Bird's got some space and some time. Platten took off early. Enright. Collier has to give ground. Johansson always set him up, Robert. He's in trouble. Robertson's got him. That was a bad handball. Bytheen tries to play it on, but it'll come back to Robertson.
He didn't react very quickly, though. He must have felt that player coming in to him. He didn't spin at all. And Robertson with a long kick to the goal square. Off hands. Through for a rush behind. So Central Districts are 4-3. West Torrens 2 points.
Peter Bytheen again did that pretty well. Mick Hamill off, and going on is Hodson. Bytheen in the goal square, getting rid of a couple. Flanagan goes to the centre square. Nicolaitis was pushed in the back, no free kick. Hannah, Bird tries to break through. Wilson's got a high one.
As I thought, Bird was a little unfortunate to miss the free in the first place as he came through, but this will be more advantageous to Central Districts. Wilbur Wilson a little closer to goal. Impeded. Too high.
We've seen him miss a few in recent weeks, Robert. Wilbur's been offline a little. In fact, it was mentioned during the week, had he kicked straight, then Sturt might have gone under last week.
So Wilbur Wilson, very deliberate. Really having a good look at the goal. Not going to miss this one, I'd say, the way he's lined it up. Wilbur Wilson, a very deft kick. 5-3 to Central Districts, 2 points to Torrens.
Flanagan went to the centre there. Nicolaitis, in fact, looked as if he'd got a shove out. It wasn't paid, and then Bird looked like he should have got a free kick. Wilson's ball skills have always been first class, and he got a high tackle. And Wilbur from 45 to 50 metres out made no mistake. So this is a flying start now for Central District.
Big Michael O'Neill still in there for Centrals. He's put his hand on this ball, but Hodgson, his opponent, gets the bounce off the ground. Van Dommel, Platten has the ball intercepted. Pillmore picks it up. And there'll be a free kick in the centre of the ground to Rene Van Dommel for holding the man. Just kicking slightly across the line, off hands. Dillon now in possession as he receives the ball from Collier.
Simons to centre half forward. Hannah. Dillon. Schimmelbusch. Robson. He put him under pressure though, Schimmelbusch then. Pryor. Central District are standing up to it. Consolidating. Oh, he's had a good start. Went to play on to Pillmore. Pillmore had Nicolaitis running for him. Nicolaitis goes to Carter, and the big fellow takes the mark, but they've been forced to go a bit wide, Robert.
They're running it down pretty quickly though, Bruce. Where they've been caught, I think their handball's a little bit slow at the moment. Getting it from body to body. Umpires make it difficult to mark today. He's got to really hang on to them. Lindsay again, he's in good touch. It was a beautiful little handball, but Platten's got it away after a bit of fumbling. And he goes to half forward to Connolly. Connolly with a high leap. Takes the mark over Johansson. He's only going to lob it in the square. He's done the right kick. But Enright's marked it. Not marked it, touched it before it's gone over the line. Oh, how close. That was a photo finish.
What a great kick by Connolly. Dillon, Morrell with the run of it, but Vivian will get back on it. Things are just running for Central at the moment. Van Dommel, awkward kick, but it's going to come off the heart. Van Dommel on the wrong leg there.
So Hart at half forward.
This is his 8th kick coming up, Robert. It's a great start for him.
Darryl Hart certainly knows how to get where the ball is. 45 metres. He's timed it. It's accurate. It's a goal. 6-4 to Central Districts, 2 points to Torrens. And what a great start this is for the Bulldogs. They've certainly got their mind set on getting off to a good start this quarter and heading towards the final 5.
Daryl Hicks has had some problems in recent weeks. He'd be pretty happy at the moment. This is just what he wanted. That kick by Van Dommel looked very awkward, but it was accurate. Hart didn't let him down. It was a fine kick. So Central District lead 40-2.
The bounce is a little inaccurate. Hodgson contested with Platten. Schimmelbusch gets the run of the ball. He's down again for another free kick. He's certainly getting where the ball is. And away he goes to half forward. High. Spoiled away by Trigg. Thomas getting to the ball first. And he'll get a free kick as Ian Hannah pushes him at the back. Jamie Thomas just backward of half back. 50 metres to the wing. Jeff Robertson takes the mark as the siren goes at Football Park. Central's a 6-4, 40. Torrens 2 behinds, 2 points. Start of the second quarter. Exciting first quarter in which Central's kicked 6-4 to Torrens 2 points. It's Hamill in the ruck. He just knocks it forward and it's kicked forward by number 34 is Collins. Can't be a new player for Central Districts. Johansson kicking it off the ground up towards half forward. Pryor coming across for Centrals. Dummies a handball, hangs it up in the air.
Chloe Hesse, Robert.
Chloe Hesse to O'Neill. Schimmelbusch spoils. O'Neill going between them. Well done, big fellow. Bird running across the ground again, but then he straightens up, and his first movement was sideways. And he gets it into Peter Bytheen, and he marks it cleanly over the top of Greg Flanagan. He's about 45, 50 metres from goal. It's important Centrals get a couple of early goals this quarter to consolidate their lead if they possibly can. They've got an opportunity. Bytheen high, inaccurate. They're a little bit disappointed about that. 6-5 to 2 points, Central's in front.
And Enright to bring her back in. Lindsay provides the lead, or stretch rather it was, who's on the ground. Bything takes an uncontested mark. Torrens at 6s and 7s for the moment. Connolly to the goal square. He's missed that one. He kicked very well in the first term. So Connolly's got 2-2, and it's 6-6 to 2 points. So it's 12 scoring shots to 2, and that's a very big advantage at the moment.
Connolly had a player running past him then too, Bruce, and he chose to kick off balance. Could be costly. Well, it was costly on the incident.
Simons, Connolly again. Connolly goes towards Platten on a lead. Enright with him. Well, Platten did it cleverly. Still with Platten. Norsworthy. Left foot high. Bything should take it easily.
That was magnificent play, Barry Norsworthy. Magnificent play. His body on the ball as he went through the pack, and then instead of having a blaze at the goal, got the call from Peter Bything back in front. What a fantastic kick it was around his body to control it to him, and Bything with his second opportunity for the quarter. Bang, goal, 7-6 to 2 points. And Barry Norsworthy making sure that Central Districts are not going to relax and lose this lead.
You've just aged him a few years, right? You're calling him Barry.
Right, really?
You used to play against him.
Yeah, I did.
Mark Norsworthy, but he did it well, didn't he? Platten actually tracked that ball cleverly. He kept the ball in the play. Norsworthy going around onto his left foot, and he hooked it back, and Bything for the second time in the quarter took the mark. He's a bit closer in, of course, this time, and made no mistake. So it's all Central at the moment.
Mick Hamill, Michael O'Neill. Bounce favours O'Neill. He just lays it back to Collins. Collins gets another opportunity from a fumble play from half-back Pryor. Platten lets the ball run past into the space. Collier's got the pace to keep with him and knocks it out of bounds. Saves the day for West Torrens. They've got to try to get a little bit of movement going if they possibly can. They're not getting any possessions now. They were getting a few early and making a couple of mistakes, but at the moment Central's really on top.
Hamill and Bything together. Hamill lays it back. Collier falls over. Flanagan. Morrell runs out of space. Ball still in play though. Bything's having a pretty good start to this match. Flanagan. Platten's got him. Flanagan just taps it out. In fact, he's going to get a free kick against Platten for hanging on. He worked very hard there, Greg Flanagan.
He was certainly going to get a free for deliberate out of bounds, I would have said, Bruce, if he hadn't been held on to.
Yes, he looked to be in some strife. That's not a good kick. Hart chipping in. Hart's long handball to Van Dommel. Van Dommel in trouble. Back to Hart. They played the 1-2. Now Schimmelbusch has got Hart. Too slow, Robert.
He didn't feel that player coming behind him at all, Bruce.
Two mistakes have been made. Enright missed Schimmelbusch by a long way. And Van Dommel did it beautifully to Vivian. And Vivian on the run. Left foot, he ran about 40 metres. Bything again. Not quite this time. West Torrens through Johansson. Ooh, he had to take a chance. Morrell's got to make it. He trapped it pretty well.
Very good balance as he recovers. Goes to centre wing to the Schimmelbusch. He flies high. Makes no impression. Hart kicking it forward. And half back.
Enright with a high one.
To centre wing. Off hands. Carter to centre half forward. Jamie Thomas under the ball. Good mark, Thomas. Only Pillmore not quite able to knock that away from him. The Torrens need to keep into that forward line. They're certainly missing Peter Johnston. Mick Hamill. They've got to get some advantage play. It's got to happen quickly. Hamill comes slightly across the ground, but he's lobbed in the centre half forward area. Long handball.
William Hearn, it's Consolidating. Nicolaitis forced to hurry. Lindsay did the wrong thing then. He was waiting for the bounce. Probably should have committed himself a little more. And he was just hoping for it to sit up. And of course, it took a bit of a break and ran away from him. But he's been in good touch today, Bruce Lindsay. West Torrens just needs someone to do something a bit special at the moment. Maybe Lee Robson might be the fellow. Again, a ball up. As Robert said, Peter Johnston is being missed. And Robson's been pretty well held by Stephen Trigg up to date.
Well, it's a bit hard at half forward. not really criticising anything, but they need someone to really move and go and get the ball. I think that's what Johnston would provide. Over the top by Hart. Robertson to the front of the goal square, looking for Wilbur. And Wilbur Wilson takes the mark. 25 metres out, straight in front. West Torrens cannot get going in any way at the moment.
It's a little bit like that Sunday, not the Sunday, the Monday game, South and Torrens at Football Park, Robert. They're going about as well as they were that day.
A bit of trouble on the big ground. Wilbur Wilson pulling it across his body slightly. And through from behind. They're bad misses. He's been a good goal kicker for Central Districts. He's kicked 2-goal-1 today, and Centrals have kicked 7-7.
Flanagan, long handball to Johansson. Johansson gets around Robertson to Kellett. And Kellett lets fly. Warden, so one kick really got that ball to fall forward. Now Lindsay. Lindsay's been in good form. And that is a very good kick. Well done by Bruce Lindsay. And we said a moment ago that somebody had to do something special. Well, maybe that's it. 1-2 to 7-7. Lindsay's got his first.
Bruce Lindsay's always looked as though he's going to do something up forward. He definitely has good ball touch. He's playing with a great deal of control of his body and himself. He's not the reckless player we saw as a youngster, at which time he used to fly high and play recklessly. Obviously, his knee injuries have caused him a little bit of difficulty. But nevertheless, on that occasion, great aplomb, great certainty of skills. His first quarter handballs, some were excellent. So back in the centre of the ground, Michael O'Neill, Mick Hamill. O'Neill hitting it forward. Coming across is Consolidating. Hamill held on to whilst not in possession. Takes the free kick. Away he goes, high to half forward. Coming out for West Torrens to take a well-judged mark, Ian Hanna. He can get that distance too. He's a very good kick. He's going to do a short run. Goes for the screw punt. It's carrying all the way, I think. No. Touched. Right on the goal line. Darryl Warden most unimpressed. Be interesting to see that one again, because it seemed to me that he touched it with his hands well over the line. But there's no luck for Torrens today. They're 1-3, Central's are 7-7. Ball to the outer side, off Morell's hands. Handball out to Hanna. Hanna goes in short to the centre half forward position. Lindsay trying to mark it, he can't. Chloe Hesse's got it. He's tackled whilst in possession. Flies out of his hands to Platten. Platten to centre wing. And out on the centre wing, Stephen Connolly.
Connolly, who started the game so very well, goes to the centre. Van Dommel and Collier. Nicolaitis. Now Collier to Hamill. Hamill with a hurried kick. Trigg and a Robson. Schimmelbusch. Handball by Pryor to Thomas. Gee, Connolly's covered some ground. He was on this side of the ground a moment ago. Morell. Still with Morell. Johansson. Had to get rid of it in a hurry. Nicolaitis did that cleverly. Hamill. Still can't find the body. Free kick to Stephen Stretch. So West Torrens, their game has definitely lifted. Warden on a lead. Bubner did well. Pryor around his body. Morell back there. Vivian.
He goes in towards the half-forward line. He's hit a bit of space there. There's no one up there except for Chris Kellett, the centre half back. Long kick to half-forward. Spoiled away well by Warden. Schimmelbusch to the goal square. Robson takes out of Trigg's hands and then scuffs it through. Well done by the centre half forward. Torrens get their second. 10 minutes into this quarter, 2-3 to Central's 7-7.
Well, what a great contest between two fine players, and Stephen Trigg and Lee Robson that was. It was a high one by Schimmelbusch into the goal square, and I'm not sure whether, I doubt whether the mark would have been paid to Robson, because I think Trigg might have had a bit of it as well, and Robson's strength won the day, but it was a great contest, and it's 15-49.
Kim Dillon's back on the ground for West Torrens. Stephen stretches off. Bytheen tapping it forward to Platten, but he can't get possession of the ball. And Dillon immediately kicks it up towards the half-forward position, where it's tapped on. Coming across is Jamie Thomas, and he gives it to Clohesi.
Robert Robson's at forward, with Warden at centre half forward. Clohesi with a floater. Van Dommel. Oh, that's a bad handball. He's going to get away with it. Thomas was just a bit lucky that Carter got a bad bounce. Pryor to half forward. Norsworthy, that's a good mark.
He looks in pretty good touch too, Bruce, at the moment. He's moving to the ball very confidently.
He does play a bit short at times though, Robert, and he's going to pay the penalty.
That was a bad kick as Morrell receives from Dillon. And he goes across with a long handball to Nicolaitis. Taps it off along the ground. Central are able to get in. Away again. Vivian now with an opportunity.
Pryor's handball missed the body, but Vivian got it. Robertson. Not of error still. Oh, that's a good handball to Vivian. Now Kenny goal. Drop punt. Wilson. Oh, that's a good mark. What's Wilbur doing? Straight to O'Neill. Hasn't improved the angle a great deal, but he's a lot closer. By a lot, I mean he's 3 times as close. He's a metre out. Wilbur was 3 out, and he's hit the post.
He'll get another shot because he's called time off.
Gee, Robert, that handball of Robertson's was very, very good. He punched it to Vivian.
He's a left-handed handball, and when he came around onto that side, you'd be a bit inclined to think you had him in trouble, but no.
Let's have a look and see what he can do from here, the big fellow. Torrens have been making a bit of a run at Central.
He's gone back a long way. Got to get at the ball. He's done it well, Bruce, but he's missed. He went back far enough and then came in, tried to get as close as he could, but he's cut it too much and he's kicked his first score, big Michael O'Neill. 7-8 to Central's, 2-3 to Torrens.
Flanagan again. Last time he had a kick in, he kicked it to himself and Torrens got a goal. Short, Morrell. We set him up a bit. Vivian having a good contest out there, those two. Now in right after Collier gave it to him. Oh, he's in trouble. Norsworthy. Collier. Morrell. Collier.
He's a good player, that Collier, Bruce.
Got a bit of touch, hasn't he? Now Pillmore. Missed the body. Collins. Platten. Left foot. O'Neill and Flanagan. Connolly. Connolly's snapshot. He's missed it. It's a behind. So Connolly's got 2-3 now. And it's 7-9 to 2-3, and the difference is 6 goals.
He's certainly playing very well on that half-forward flank, Stephen Connolly. His opponent can't get anywhere near him at the moment. Who is that on there? It's not Flanagan.
Johansson, Robert.
Yeah, Johansson. The kick in by Flanagan, up the centre of the ground. Hart can't get it. Knocked away by Kellett. Umpire calls play on. Into half forward to Connolly again. Johansson runs straight past it. No recovery at all. This time Connolly's made no mistake. He kicks the goal. 3 goals, 3. He's kicked 8-9 to Central's, 2-3 to Torrens.
Yes, well, Robert mentioned a moment ago that Johansson's in a bit of trouble at half back. And Central District have got a big winner at the moment in Connolly. That time on his wrong leg, on his right, but made no difference. And from about 30 metres out with his 10th kick, he put the ball through. So Central District have got that big break back again. 7 goals in front.
Rene Van Dommel on the back edge of the square for the centre bouncers. Coming in to get it then, and he got it all right, was Peter Collins. Hit up the front and around the head, and he'll get a free kick. Young first-year player. Gives the handball off quickly to Hart. Hart to half forward. Robertson on a lead, well in front of Kellett. Runs onto his left foot, just calmly across the ground. And they're waiting at centre half forward again, Stephen Connolly. Need a very good kick here, Bruce, to score this. And it is a good kick. It's in the goal square. And a push in the back. Michael O'Neill gets the free kick. And let's see if he just lined up a bit more patiently this time. He was very excited last time. He didn't settle himself at all. Peter Vivian just had a word to him and no doubt told him to steady. He must have told him something because he certainly did it better. He's kicked the goal. 9-9 to Central's, 2-3 to Torrens as Michael O'Neill scores his first goal.
That ball from Robertson coming across to Connolly at centre half forward. Connolly's just been given far too much latitude and it was a magnificent kick. Flanagan getting rid of the big fellow O'Neill with the ball in flight. Flanagan taking the mark but giving away the free kick. And O'Neill going back and Vivian giving him a word of encouragement, and he made no mistake. So it's 63-15 and it's a one-horse race just for the moment.
Peter Bytheen, Greg Hodson. Bytheen's done well in the ruck. This time he lays it down, only as far as Dillon. Was that Norsworthy gave that across? Collins, yes. Into half forward. Collier, who's got very fine touch in my opinion. Rebounding for West Torrens. Consolidating. Johansson. Hannah. Back to Consolidating. To half forward. And in front, William Hurd.
Nicolaitis out of the centre, playing in a pocket or a half-forward flank, really. Hodson, Collins with a very quick kick. Robertson missed the body. Bird, Kellett's got hold of him. Still in play. Kellett tried to tap it to Hannah. Collins got on top of it, and it's going to be a ball up.
Umpire Foster really is an experienced umpire. He's done very well, Bruce. He lets those plays all go on now. And the ball flying out of hands allows the backup to occur and make the game a real team game. Good to see.
Bything just lays it to Norsworthy. Norsworthy had a fit of the fumbles. He's pretty disappointed with himself too, as he just tells himself one grab next time mark. So Bything and Hodson again. Bything laid his hand on it. Norsworthy ran past. Hart gave it away quickly. Hannah just barges one tackle, barges the next. Then has a good look at Des Foster, and Des says it's yours, Hannah.
I think he thought he was going to take it off him because he pushed the player a little bit high, but the offending Central's player was penalised for around the neck. Jeff Collier, what a wonderful game he's played in half-back flank. Early leap there by Stephen Trink. Free kick to Darryl Warden. Kim Dillon running on, takes the mark in the forward pocket. Warden's been shifted to centre half forward. Swapping with Lee Robson in an effort to get some attack into that area and some movement. Dillon comes in, gets the distance, and is accurate. So West Torrens has scored again. They're 3-3 now. Still trailing by 6 goals, 6. Central's 9-9.
Very good kick there by Dillon. Warden getting a free kick. Trick went very early. Collier had taken the mark earlier on, and Warden played it on quickly to Dillon on a lead. And Dillon is a fine kick, whether on the run or from a set shot. He's kept Torrens within 42 points.
Well, Central Districts have kicked 3 goals, 5 this quarter to 3-1. Torrens making somewhat of a comeback now as Hannah goes into the forward line, only to find Jamie Thomas resolute in defence. Jamie Thomas. This kicks the screw punt slightly, doesn't carry. Ian Hannah takes another mark.
He's playing in the centre of it, Hannah, with Nicolaitis on that flank.
To full forward. Off hands. No one yet. Warden. Carter. Almost achieved the impossible. So Carter's scored. His first score for the match. He's kicked 1 point. 3-4 to Torrens. And 9 goals, 9 to Central Districts.
Bubner with the post tool rattling behind him. Warden starting to get a couple of touches at centre half forward. It's a well-timed kick by Bubner. Trigg takes it on his chest. Must have been touched though, because it was called play on. Pryor's kick smothered by Morell. And again a ball in. So as Robert indicated a moment ago, this quarter's been pretty even. But it is important now, with 10 minutes to go, that Torrens can bridge the gap, because if Central District can hold them until half-time, then this lead is going to be massive. Norsworthy, Hart, Vivian, forced to kick in a hurry. Van Dommel, Kellett much taller, and he's been given the free kick.
Chris Kellett, centre half back for West Torrens. Dillon gives him a lead towards the centre. He's a very good kick, Kellett. That's 70 metres. Trigg high, O'Neill off hands, flies away. That was Nicolaitis, I think, that threw that out quickly. Kick forward by Thomas. No one able to get possession yet in the centre. Finally, it's Hodson who picks it up and gives it to Hart, and he can't get it either. And there'll be a bounce down in the centre square, just slightly towards Central's end.
David Consolidating was the player who took the handball from Paul Nicolaitis, and he's in some trouble. Took a very hard hip and shoulder. He's been a good player, so let's hope he's all right. Dillon to Carter. Carter's handball was very poor. Missed by Collins. Bird. Vivian. Goes short. Robertson and Kellett. Helping out was Hannah. Dillon. Flanagan. Quazzoli's on his feet. Collier. Enright. That's confidence. Hannah. They've got to try. I think this is the way they've got to do it. They've just got to try to keep the ball moving as quickly as they can.
They've got to get their team play going. Dillon around his body. Quazzoli drops the mark. Lindsay, very good reflex to Schimmelbusch. Very high. Warden. Pillmore off hands to Robson. Very good kick. Robson can't complete them up. Bubner's got the pace to be with him. Holding the man. Lee Robson handballing it out in front of him.
Carter on a lead as Hamill's come on for Hodgson. Platten. Torrens playing it short and they're going to pay for it. Hart to O'Neill. Now the big fellow finally gets balanced and kicks the ball 70 metres. Robertson, that's a splendid mark in the front. Wilson was coming over the back, his teammate. Now Bythiem wants it quickly in the square. Collins is going to get it short. He's got time to run on if he wants to. No, he's going to hold it up. So coming on is Stretch with Dillon coming off. Well, Collins decided to go short and it missed the body.
Morrell on centre wing. Goes back to Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch short to Carter. Carter misses the half volley. Picked up a kick forward by Pryor. Schimmelbusch again. He's found the space in the centre half forward region. Hannah can't get it. Trigg comes through confidently as a centre half back should with that sort of a kick. Wide to the wing, giving Connolly the opportunity. Trigg runs on. Connolly decides to give him a miss because he's covered. And Greg Flanagan marks.
To Enright. Stretch. West Torrens running Dillon and Stretch off the interchange. They're doing the South Adelaide today. Quazzoli. Enright's backed up well. Warden wants it long. Oh, well done, Bubner. Bubner and Trigg are very good athletes, Robert, and they're doing it pretty well at fullback and centre-half back, respectively, as Bubner goes to centre-half forward. Kellett from the back. Robertson. Now Enright. Kick not good, and Collins has taken the mark. He's made a pretty good start to this game, Collins.
Well, he really has. Gets to the fall of the ball well. Takes it very calmly. Schimmelbusch. Into the space out wide. Stretch at full stretch as Vivian comes across. Robertson's leading to recover. It's a good movement by Robertson on the recovery. In towards Bythiem, he's got the run of it. Flanagan's too good. Full back to the centre. Stretch. Slowing down for a moment. Players well marked up ahead.
Sorry, Robert, I was going to say, had Hannah very short if you wanted him.
Yeah, that's be bad news at the way they're playing at the moment. Not accurate enough over the short distance and not confident enough. Hamill can't get it, but it flies away from him. Collins. Quazzoli's under it. Just taps it forward. Platten. Schimmelbusch. Around the neck. Free kick.
Two state rovers together, Robert. Little Schimmelbusch and Platten. It's a character, that Schimmelbusch. He goes to full forward. Warden from the back, Bubner. Thomas. He's played a good game, Jamie Thomas. Pillmore's got him. Still Thomas. Oh, he's a terrier. Well done. To Bubner. To Hearn. To Platten. Platten's lost none of his skill with that time off. To Connolly. Connolly, of course, has been the big winner up forward today. Quickly onto his left leg with his 12th kick. Bythiem. Well done by Flanagan. Hart. And again, a ball up.
Yes, Darryl Hart sharking the pack well then. Got in front of it. Central coming into the time-on period with a 6.5 or nearly 7-goal lead at half-time. Hamill is laying it back to Hart. Gives it off quickly to Van Dommel and Wilbur Wilson. Ever alert. Little short kick. As soon as it's off the boot, just shows you how hard he was concentrating. Wasn't looking for the easy kick over the top. He was just looking for that little missed kick, and as soon as it left the boot, he sprinted away for a couple of metres. chips it towards goal. And Wilbur did not steady. The first 2 kicks he had today, remembered his inaccuracy last week, really concentrated. And now, when there's 6 goals, 5 in front, a little careless.
Flanagan wants Consolidating. Bird did it well. Schimmelbusch and Hart. Johansson and Bird. Consolidating is going to get a free kick. Had some touches, David Consolidating. This is kick number 7 with 8 handballs. Goes short, Enright in the centre. Torrens would love a goal or 2 before half-time. Enright with a high one. Carter, Trigg, Robson. O'Neill's got him. And again, it's going to be a ball up. So since quarter time, Central has kicked 3-6 and Torrens 3-2. It's been a pretty even turn.
O'Neill for Central Districts, Hamill for Torrens, and Robson. Hannah. Oh, very well judged mark by Hearn. Goes to the outer side. Vivian. It's an unfortunate bounce, but he's kept his eye on it. Hannah runs over the top of him. Well done, Peter Vivian. Bad bounce. Remained under the fall of the ball all the time. Barry Norsworthy. Pillmore's after him. Norsworthy goes that short kick again. He did it a moment ago, but Platten's got great pace. Gives himself a metre or 2 in front. Central's just at the moment got that bit of speed to get to the front spot. I seem to be catching West Torrens a little flat-footed. The kick is high. It's off hands. Hamill can't get it. Collins. Oh, how beautiful he did it and then missed it. Peter Collins, he would cut his leg off. Magnificent bit of footy. That's very good football, Bruce. His movement through that pack, sign of a very, very good player.
And that's for certain. He's been in top form today. He's had 12 kicks. First time we've seen him in league football. And 7 handballs, so he's had 19 touches.
I think he's played an excellent game.
Kellett goes straight down the ground. Enright just couldn't keep his foot. Bytheme, Flanagan. He's played pretty well, Flanagan, in this term because he's been under great pressure. Consolidating, Collier, that's good football. Collier can run on to Stretch. Stretch from centre half forward. Strong and powerful, and Bubner's good enough. Well done. He didn't panic, did he?
He certainly didn't. And he goes out of the pocket. It's a strong take taken out there by Pryor, I think it is. Goes to the centre of the ground to Hannah. Not a good kick. Hannah quickly, just a little short kick. Schimmelbusch coming back in towards centre half forward. Very high. Robson with an opportunity from the front. And he's got it. Well done, Lee Robson.
It's a beautiful mark, Robert. They need a good kick here. They've kicked 1-1, Robson. Won't be a lot of time on in this quarter with only 6 goals being kicked.
Kicks a little wobbly again. It was like the first one he kicked, Bruce. He's dropping just outside the line of his leg. Just hitting the outside edge. Goes through for a behind. So it's 3-5 to 9-11. Central still well in front.
Bubner. Triggs provided the lead. Connolly over the back. And Triggs finally got the mark. Was going to play it on. Now forced to. Gets rid of Hannah. Collins. That's his 20th touch as he handballs to Norsworthy. Norsworthy one bounce. It's the best we've seen him play for some time too.
Well, it was a great kick to full forward. Bytheme with one hand. Flanagan gives it across quickly to Keller. Enright.
Sorry, Robert, he ran out of bounds, Enright. I think the ball was with him, but
umpire was on a curve and couldn't quite pick it. So there's the siren as Johansson marks it. Central's well in control at half-time at Football Park. They're 9-11-65. West Torrens 3-5-23.